All right, DJs, when it comes to weddings, you are more than just music. Hey, my name's DJ Kapuni, and I'm a DJ based out of Leavenworth, Washington. And these are 13 questions that I ask every single couple during our initial consultation meeting. The very first time I hop with them on Zoom, these are the 13 questions that I ask every single time. And do me a favor though, I'm going to share all of these questions in the description of this video to save you all time, so you can just copy and paste. Feel free to use it however you'd like. But do me a solid though, just trying to build my YouTube channel. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, especially, I imagine all of you are also on this journey of trying to not only build your business, but potentially start your own YouTube channel and to put your personal brand out there. And I'm still kind of new to the game, new to this whole YouTube thing, and would really, really mean a lot to me if you would hit like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment, all the things. So 13 questions that I ask every single couple, no matter what. And these have been refined kind of over the years. Just a little bit of context before I even jump into these questions. I'm going to tell you what the questions are, but also try and fill in some of maybe the unanswered questions, or why I feel like that certain question is valuable to ask each person. But a little bit of context. I started my business in 2021, so my DJ business, and I do this as a side gig. It's not my full-time gig. And I just needed something to help supplement my family's income because my wife at the time in 2021 was pregnant with our first kid. And like I imagine a lot of you out there, probably DJing is not your first gig. Maybe for those of you who are, great job. Keep crushing it. But for me, that's just kind of what it was. And I've kind of taken and refined these questions since 2021. Initially, it started off as like 20 questions that I would ask every couple during the meeting. And now I've gotten it down to, I think, just 13 questions. And these, again, have been refined and tested and have been really, really valuable for the couples that I'm interviewing during this whole wedding process. So here we go. Question number 1. And I always start from the very end and work my way backwards. It'll make sense here in a second. But question number 1 is this. Imagine the moment your wedding day is over. What would make you say that was absolutely perfect? Again, the question is, imagine the moment your wedding day is over. What would actually make you say that that was actually perfect? And then I just let the couple give me a couple of reasons why they would think their day was absolutely perfect. Like fill in the blank on all the different ways that your day could actually be perfect, and let them dream about it. Some people don't. I don't know. I feel like some people don't even think about something like that. So that's a really valuable question for you as a DJ to ask them. And it's almost like you're asking them, like, why? Why are you even having a wedding? Even that question, like that used to be the first question I would lead with, is like, why are you even having a wedding celebration? And part of why I would ask, like, what's your why, is because I feel like the red flags for me, like in consultation meetings, if I hear a couple say, like, my mom's forcing me to have this wedding, then that's usually like a red flag for me. And to be honest, those are the weddings that you and I should probably just say, no, I'm not going to provide you a service, because it doesn't even sound like you want to have a wedding. But when you ask this question, like, imagine the day is over, what would make you say that was absolutely perfect? This is great because couples can be given a chance to say things like, oh, I want a lot of dancing. I want people to be laughing. I want people to be connecting. And those are great reasons as far as like why we as a DJ should be providing services for couples out there. Again, like, you want to kind of feel it out from the couple and see, like, do you actually want to have a wedding? If so, tell me more, I guess. Hopefully that all makes sense. Question number 2 that I always ask every couple is this. Of all the weddings you've ever attended, tell me about one that really made it amazing, and then tell me about an experience that really made you feel like I don't want that to happen at my own wedding. And really, what I'm asking them is like, tell me about the weddings you've been to in the past, your likes and dislikes, and then just let them kind of rant on from there. And then, yes, definitely pay attention to what they're saying, repeat what they're saying to them, but also try and, active listening. Like, don't just repeat what they're saying to them, because sometimes that can come off as like, oh, you're not really paying attention. You're just kind of parroting what I'm saying. So make sure you're practicing active listening and adding points to what it is they're saying, or maybe filling in the blanks to what they're trying to say. Question number 3 that I always ask is, what are 2 or 3 things that would make your wedding feel like a huge success for you? And really, this could even be the $1 million question that you're really asking. What I'm really asking in this question is, what is going to be most valuable to you on your wedding day? And really, really pay attention to the things that they make, that they list off in this. What are 2 or 3 things that would make your wedding feel like a success to you? Because they might say things like, oh, I don't want to be separated from my other half. Like, it makes me really uncomfortable to be around family. Even though I'm marrying into this family, like, make sure we aren't pulled away. Like, really pay attention to those things, because that is a part of why they are hiring outside professionals, vendors like DJs. Is again, all of you DJs out there, you are more than just music. Stop thinking of yourself as just music, because I promise you, if you can start to shift sort of that mindset of like, I just provide music, I just show up with my sound equipment. If you can sort of shift your mindset from that to, okay, now I'm also helping people relieve stress from their entire day, and I'm also coming alongside them and helping them in any way that I can. I promise you, if you do those things, you are going to stand out in your area as a DJ, as a provider of music. Like, you are going to stand out. It's what's going to make future couples leave you an excellent review, and it's also going to be the thing that the reason why wedding planners or venues say, I want to reach out to that DJ again, because they get it. I'm telling you, you as a DJ, especially if you're in the wedding space, you are more than just music. Question number 4, and this is arguably the second most important question, is what part of the day feels most stressful to you or uncertain for you? Again, going back to, you are more than just music. Our job is to help, start thinking about how you can come alongside couples and help them feel no stress on the most important day of their life. Like that, if you can aim for that, I'm telling you, you are going to stand out as a DJ. Question number 5 that I always ask is this: if your guests were to describe your wedding in a couple of words, what would you want them to describe your wedding as? And this is super important. I asked this question right about question number 5, so a little bit in to the interview, is because I want the couple to start thinking about what they want their guest experience to feel like. And if they can do that, that might help the couple think about things like, hey, I had this one couple that really wanted her, the gal really wanted her reception in the middle of a field, which was like 200 yards away from the nearest bathroom. And she had like people in wheelchairs and a lot of elderly people at their wedding. And like, man, I just wish that she would have thought about this particular question. I guess is probably why I kind of reframed it, and sort of this is what it landed into. Like, what do you want your guest experience to be? Because I think it's super important for couples to really think about what their guest experience to be like, especially because a lot of couples are starting to not provide tents at their weddings, for these outdoor weddings where it's over 100 degrees, or like they're just risking it and letting people, um, you know, man up if it's just raining or downpouring because they didn't want to provide tents. Like, this is a really important question for you to ask your couples, because then they'll think about, oh yeah, I actually want them to feel like we're taking care of them. I want them to have a good experience, having an accessible bathroom nearby. Anyhow, and then the next question I ask, let's see here. We are on question number 6. Okay, question number 6 is, every couple has songs tied to different parts of their relationship. Like, I start shifting into music now. Are there any songs or artists that bring back memories of your relationship? And this is when I start getting, answers like about the things maybe I actually care about, because we're all DJs. We care about the music. This is when I start pulling more stuff about music from them. And then moving on in the music category, number 7 is, if your wedding had a movie soundtrack, what kind of feel would it have? And that question, like, I might even ask, or are there any soundtracks from your childhood that you really like? And part of that is because I feel like that might be a weird question sometimes. If your wedding had like a soundtrack, what kind of feel would it have? Sometimes it helps for me to think about what kind of movies they really liked as a kid, because it helps me understand more of just their personalities. Like, you might find out you have some super nerds out there, like those who like Star Wars. Like, you're a super nerd. Shout out to my super nerds. It's all good. But this is really where I start getting more of their actual personalities, so that I can help sort of curate their playlist as well. And I sneak in, some of those super nerdy things into the actual reception for general open dancing. Like, it just, like, for me, my take is always, I want to tell the couple story through music. So I feel like that's part of my job as the DJ. This next question is, just what are a few songs you can never get tired of hearing, or songs that would make you run straight to the dance floor? So what are their favorite songs? What's going to get them onto the dance floor? So I ask them that, and then they'll give me some of their favorite songs from all time. And then I follow up with, okay, now, or will you have a wedding party? And if they do, tell me about your wedding party. Like, what kind of songs does your wedding party like to have? And then I move on from the wedding party. Then I start asking them about their family. Like, tell me about your family and growing up. What kind of music were you listening to in the car? And they'll give me a bunch of radio stations that they were listening to way back in the day that makes them think about their families. So I try and pull those different songs. So their favorite songs, their wedding party's favorite song, and their family's favorite songs. And that's all kind of wrapped into that 8th question. And then question number 9 is, if we were doing karaoke right now, what song are you going to be singing? And that one's always a fun one. I feel like a lot of couples are starting to say, I just don't sing karaoke. But you do get quite a bit of couples that do say, oh, I'd sing this. And that's a good, like, mental note for you to take note of. Because later in open dancing, like, when I save some of those songs that, like, if we were doing karaoke, that's a great moment for you to be, you might even just hand them the mic during the open dancing, because they said, hey, if we were doing karaoke right now, like, this is a song I would actually sing. It's just a great trick that I use, so feel free to use that one. This next question, super important question to ask. Are there any cultural traditions or family traditions or special moments you'd like to incorporate into the music, or just in the wedding in general? Just figure out, like, what are the special traditions or cultural things that they'd like to incorporate into the music, because they might tell you something like, oh, my family is all from, this part of the country. Then you could be like, okay, I don't really know too much of that kind of music. So if you can give me, like, a certain family member to create a playlist for my family members who are from that sort of culture, that would really, really be helpful for me. And couples are usually pretty understanding of that. They're like, yeah, we get it. You're not Indian. I'm going to give you a bunch of Indian playlists from my Indian side of the family. So that's just an example. This next question has to do with family dynamics. So the 11th question that I asked is, are there any family dynamics or behind the scene things that I should know about to help you run your day smoothly? The reason why I asked that question, and I always preface it with this story, like I tell them at my personal wedding, my wife comes from a divorced family, and there's just a lot of tension on the day of the wedding from different sides. You know, it's both sides trying to come together, and they're trying to make the most important day happen for you. But there's just a lot of stuff that tends to rise up, especially on a day of wedding. So family dynamics like that are super important for you to be able to just be aware of what you're stepping into, so that you can, again, come alongside the couple and help them relieve stress from their day, because you are more than just music. If you can offer yourself to say, hey, like if your cousin Joey is driving you nuts on the day of the wedding, I always tell the couple, feel free to pull me aside and give cousin Joey a task or a job, because they're like, if they're driving you nuts, that's the last thing I want for you on the day of your wedding, because you should be able to just enjoy your wedding. That's why you hire outside people to come alongside you and help you execute your wedding. So again, if you can think of yourself as more than just music, you're helping come alongside couples and relieve stress from their entire day. The second to last question is this. Do you have any pre-made playlists or special songs that you've been saving for the wedding that you'd like to share? And then that one, I just send them like a pre-filled questionnaire, like a Google form that has a bunch of questions that'll ask them specifically what their special songs are. It's like a music worksheet, if you will. And if you're interested in the music worksheet, I don't know, let me know in the comments. I can send that to you. Just say worksheet in the comments and let me know. I'll send all of the questions I asked in regards to like what I have on the music worksheet. And then the last one is just a Q&A. So it's, let me answer whatever questions you might have or clarify anything for you. And I let them ask all of their questions, and then usually after that they're feeling pretty good about the wedding. And something that maybe I do differently, I heard Nick Spinelli say that he usually gives their couple maybe a week to think about whether or not he's going to be the one who's providing DJ services for him. But the thing, I don't even give couples a week. Like usually when I ask these 13 questions, I'm telling you, my couples are sold. They're hooked. There's rarely a time where they say, I don't want you as my DJ. And I think it's because I'm asking them more than just questions about music. Again, wedding DJs that do weddings out there, you are more than just music. If you can think of yourself as like someone who's maybe a co-director to the wedding, and also someone who's just taking all of their stress from their day, the reason why they are paying for you to help with their wedding is because you are there to make their day work. That is why you are being hired. Again, you are being hired because they want their day to work. And if you can sort of reframe and think about like that's the reason why I'm a DJ, then I'm telling you these couples are gonna keep on booking you. So from there, I go through the 13 questions, and then I give them kind of the process. So the process after this is, for me personally, I use HoneyBook as my CRM. So I tell them I'm going to create a contract and invoice and payments through HoneyBook. Then I also tell them the second thing after that is I do 50% down to officially book me. So for me to actually block off my date, like I need some money down. And then I stole this next part from, I think, JBook. The remainder gets processed a month before their actual wedding day, so that I'm not waiting till their wedding day to actually get paid. It's just nice having the money, the extra income, like ahead of time. That's a great trick. Shout out JBook on that one. And then the process after that is I'll check in with them, and I always give them homework. I say, if anything, on your music worksheet, I'm going to ask that you would finalize all of your songs 2 weeks out before your wedding, and I'll check in with the couple here and there, whether it's a text or an email, and say, hey, how's it going? How's it going with the timeline? How's it going with the music worksheet? And that way I can kind of still stay in touch with them. I think that might also be one thing that maybe sets me apart from the DJs in my area. Just kind of that open communication. I think also people want to hire maybe like their best friend, if you will. And by the time I have the wedding, like I know some of y'all DJs like just like don't show up or don't even know who your couples are till the day of the wedding. But if you can, I don't know, become one of their best friends, I promise you that always leaves them wanting to actually leave you a review, which the review at the end of the day is what's going to get you booked for more gigs. So the more reviews you can get, the more gigs you'll have. So again, those are the 13 questions that I ask every couple during the initial Zoom consultation meeting. Again, if you found this helpful, please do me a solid, like, subscribe, all the things. Again, I'm trying to build my YouTube channel, small channel, and would love to continue putting, stuff like this that I wish I would have found before I even started my DJ journey. And I hope, if anything, like if some of you are like on the fence, like I don't really want to be a wedding DJ, hopefully this brings some clarity to you. So again, my name's TJ Kaapuni. We out.